Yo, what's going on? It's ItzSawk here, and today we're bringing you guys my PCL Season 2, Week 9 game against Vols are awesome and the Chicago Beartics. If you guys do not want to see the team builder portion and just want to skip right to the battle, I don't blame you. You guys can skip to that timestamp on the right side of the screen, and you guys will be taken right to the start of the battle. For the rest of you guys that want to stick around and see what the hell I brought, let's just jump into it. So, his team does consist of Mew, Milotic, Haxorus, Jolteon, Rabombi, Ninjask, Hoopa Unbound, Infernape, Donphan, Cryogonal, and Mega Mawile. So, a couple of things to note on his team. Speed passing is allowed, so Ninjask will absolutely be coming. He has no reason to not bring it. He's been doing it all season. And Z-Mew has Mew Z. So, Mew Z Mew, Speed Pass, and I can guarantee Infernape comes. So just off looking at it, there's 3 Pokemon that I know are coming because they have to come in order to help check my stuff, like my Dialga, for example. Which, as you guys can see here, is Choppleberry, with Hidden Power Bug for the Hoopa Unbound, Flash Cannon for Stab, also has Rabombi, and Cryogonal. Then you got Draco, which is great stab to hit just about anything not named Rabombi. And then you got Earth Power for the stuff of Mega Mawile, Infernape, Jolteon. Milotic's a bit of an issue, but I have other ways to deal with it. But however, I don't think it comes because it does not have the greatest of matchups. Now, next up here, we do have Twix, the Keldeo with Scarf this week, Scald, Icy with Secret Sword, and Hidden Power Fire. Now, Scarf Scald is very nice on this team because this speed ties with his Infernape for max speed, because you can't run max speed on this. So basically, this enables me to speed tie with Scarf Infernape, which easily could come, and if not, outspeed anything on his team, including Rabombi or Jolteon. Now, Scarf Scald actually does around 48% to Rabombi. So if it's Life Orb, or if I get any damage on it at all, 2 Scarf Scalds will kill the Rabombi. And Haxorus is just barely 3 KO'd. It's like maybe around 5-10% that it doesn't take. But yeah, Scarf Keldeo does a lot of work here. If I can get it in late game, it has a chance just to clean. Next up here, we have Focus Sash, Arena Trap, Dugtrio with Rock Slide, Earthquake, Pursuit, and Stealth Rock. Rocks this week on Dugtrio along with Pursuit. Now, Pursuit is meant for Ninjask because when a baton passes, I will still hit it with Pursuit. Rock Slide is to pressure Ninjask, and Earthquake is just stab. Next up here, we do have Defensive Zapdos, Roost, Hidden Power Flying, Defog, and Thunderbolt. Now, the reason I have Hidden Power Flying over anything like Air Cutter is it's hard to get static, plus like Air Cutter or anything, a special flying type move like Air Cutter or anything of that sort. So Hidden Power Flying I'll have to do. Thunderbolt's nice stab, also hits the Milotic. Now, the reason why I have Hidden Power Flying on here is to help check Infernape. So Hidden Power Flying into Thunderbolt, or Thunderbolt into Hidden Power Flying will KO it. So it's nice to have on there, as this is my best checked Infernape. Now, next up here, we do have the Heat of the Week, and this is gonna take a lot of mental mind games. However, it's easy to see this happen. We have Maj, aka the Mop of Justice, aka Metro. Focus Sash with Own Tempo, Parting Shot, Rapid Spin, Spore, and Topsy Turvey. Now, if you guys don't know what Topsy Turvey does, it actually inverts all stat changes. So if I have a Mew here, which I suspect to be plus 3 speed because of Ninjask, and plus 2 special attack because of its self-nasty plotting, I click Topsy Turvey on it. That Topsy Turvey now makes it minus 3 speed and minus 2 special attack. And because it will be minus 2, it'll want to switch out, so I can Parting Shot away from it, and I can get a free switch initiative. And because Ninjask can only switch in so many times on rocks, and being pressured enough, and like if it has sub or something like that, it is able to get heavily pressured. Now, the EVs on this are max HP and max speed, just because some bulk and some speed. However, the main goal is set is to stay alive, have no rocks on the field, and so when Mew inevitably clicks its Mew Z, I am able to switch in, I'm able to Topsy-Turvey it, and we shall be fine. Because he can't click his busted C move any more than one time. Ugh, stretching is kind of hard. And lastly, here we do have Ray-Bans to Flygon with Yachi Berry, Dragon Dance, Crunch, Earthquake, and Dragon Claw max attack and max speed. Now, this set puts in a lot of work late game if I can get rid of Milotic and if I can get rid of Rabombi. If I can get rid of those two mons, this set can come on in and just straight win. Because Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Crunch are the only stab I need in order to hit all of his team super effectively, if not neutrally, to the point where I'm comfortable with getting this set up late game to +1/+1 and just clicking buttons and winning. But yeah, that is going to be the team. Choppleberry, Lorenzo, Scarf, Keldeo, Sash Trio, Leftover, Zapdos, Smoke, Sash, Smeargle, and Yachi Berry, Flygon. With that, I'm going to see you guys right in the game. I will be right back. And we are back with our game versus Vols and his Chicago Beartics. So as you can see here, he did bring the Infernape, the Haxorus, the Hoopa Unbound, the Ninjask, the Rabombi, and the Mew. Now, a couple of things to look at here is there's no Donphan, so his only way of defogging is going to be with either Mew or Rabombi. And I don't think either one of the two wants to really defog on either my Dugtrio or my Scarf Keldeo. Namely, Mew could be a threat if it gets to +2, but I have Topsy-Turvey, Smeargle, so we should be fine. But yeah, I decided my lead pretty much was just going to be Dugtrio. I can trap whatever it is besides the Ninjask, and if he does lead Ninjask, I can just continuously Rock Slide. And then when he inevitably baton passes, I can pursue. So let's just get right into this here. Let this play out. And there's sound down for this game, so we're going to rock with it. So, we are going to see here that we are going to face off against Vols are awesome, aka Rick and his Chicago Beartics. Like I said, he's going to lead off with his Infernape, which is a pretty safe lead on his part, trying to get some initial off. I'm going to lead with my Dugtrio, and now my big thing here is if he outspeeds me, he's Scarf 100%. As he does outspeed, he does go for U-turn, which leads me to believe, of course, that he is Scarf because there's no way he can outspeed my set. So Dugtrio is now without a Sash. He does go into no Nico, which is that freaking Ninjask. The Earthquake did not hit. I could have predicted it when for Rock Slide, or he's going to protect here, as I thought about clicking Rocks on this turn. If I would have clicked Rocks on this turn, it would have been great for me, because I wouldn't have wasted any PP. However, I'm just going to go for Rock Slide. I'm going to hit the Protect, as now I'm thinking, alright, what's he going to want to do here? Is he going to want to... he can't Swords Dance, because he can't Baton Pass Swords Dance. He could sub. As you do see here, he does sub. He's going to take away 25%, as I'm going to click Pursuit, thinking, okay, worst comes to worst, he Baton Passes here, gets +1 speed off, and I get some nice damage. It will kill the Substitute, so I know it's a roll to break the Substitute then, because it usually does around 24-25%, so it could be a roll on that end. He will get the speed boost up again, so he's now at +2 speed, so we need to keep this in mind. So now he's going to click Sub again, as my plan here, I thought he would Protect, so I'm going to get on my Rocks. This will come in useful later, though, because if you look at his, HP, he's already almost at half HP, so if I can break his sub and cause him to do another one, he cannot switch in on Rocks again. So I need to be very, very wary of this, as Aerial Ace will come on out. He's just going to attack this, as it will do absolutely nothing to me. I'm going to click Pursuit. And as you see here, that sub will take the damage for it, and he will stay alive on his sub. So, like I said, it's a roll to kill the sub. So, he is now, I think +4 speed now? +4, +5 maybe? He's just going to click Aerial Ace, as he will knock out my Dugtrio. However, Dugtrio has done some nice work. It got my Rocks out. That's really what I needed it to do. And it kind of helped me get this low down. So, Dugtrio will faint to Ninjask, as the leftovers will pop, and he will get some HP back. So now he's around 75%, so he can switch on Rocks one more time, and now he's at +5 speed. So Zapdos will come on out here, and I can take whatever hit this wants to go for, because I've seen Sub, Protect, Aerial Ace. I know he can't hit this Zapdos, so I'm just going to click Thunderbolt as he clicks Baton Pass, which is fairly safe on his part. He gets a +5 speed and a Substitute into whatever he does choose. So he's going to choose to go right into Steve, which is his Mew. So Mew will be behind that substitute. The stones will dig into it, so that Thunderbolt will come on out here. As this Mew is now, it's now at +5 speed. It can easily Nasty Plot up as the substitute fades. He's going to Nasty Plot up here as I'm just going to stay in. I'm going to click Thunderbolt here. Now, you may be asking, why am I leaving Zapdos in on a Mew that's +5 speed and now +2 special attack? My reasoning for this is simply because of the simple fact of the fatter that it's Scarf Infernape. I have a couple answers to help me deal with Flare Blitz, namely Scarf Keldeo on my own. So Scarf Keldeo can help me check this, and I can't really switch anything else into it. I need Flygon late game because that can clean. Smeargle has to stay around because that's what's going to Topsy Turvey this and get this out of my face. And I want Dialga around because it helps me check the Hoopa, and it also helps me check the Rabombi, the Ninjask, and even the Haxorus to an extent. So each of the other 4 members on my team are desperately needed in order to interact this plan. So he's just going to go for the Z move, which is that medium Z. You can tell by the way Mew comes around, as Genesis Supernova will come on out. This crazy Z move. Boom. Genesis Supernova, which is a really, really cool Z move. As you see the DNA starting to splice up, coming all into one big thing. And Mew, looking angry boy, will fire that off and just nuke my Zapdos here. +2 special attack, Genesis Supernova kills any Zapdos. I don't care what side I am. Zapdos will fall. And now the battlefield gets weird. So Psychic Terrain is now up, which means no priority moves can hit. So I need to keep this in mind. So I'm going to go right into my Metro, which is my Smeargle, and this is my dedicated answer. He's going to click Psychic here. Because I'm Sash, I will live on 1 HP. As you can see, that Sash does pop. And I will get the Spit Off drop, which isn't big. I'm at 1 HP. Anything kills me now, except priority. So Topsy Turvey will come on out, as all his stat changes were inverted. So now he has -5 speed, -2 special attack. I'm going to click Parting Shot here, try and see what I can do. He's going to go right into his Infernape, as I'm going to Parting Shot. Now, because he has -1 attack and -1 special attack, it makes me think, okay, my big thing with this now is it cannot OHKO my Keldeo. So I'm going to go right into Keldeo, I'm going to click Scarf Scald, and I'm going to get rid of this. If I outspeed, cool. If I don't outspeed, I know he's like max, and it was a speed tie. However, I win the speed tie if it was, and I will OHKO this Infernape. So one of the biggest threats to my team is now gone, which is fantastic, because no Nico will now come on in, and because I'm Scarf, he has to protect here on turn 1. So if he doesn't, he loses his Ninjask, and he cannot afford to. He's going to try to as much as he can. He's going to click Protect. As you'll see here, I'm just going to fire off another Scald. I need this thing as low as I can, if not dead, and it helps me a metric ton if it decides to stay alive. Decides to stay alive. It does stay alive. Whatever. Reasons. He will get a speed boost. As now he is faster, he will Baton Pass once more. As he will go right into Overrated, which is his Hoopa Unbound. Now, Hoopa Unbound at +1 speed is kind of a threat. If he's Scarf, he outspeeds my Keldeo. +1 speed. So I'm not going to risk this. I'm just going to sack a Pokemon, which happens to be Smeargle. So unfortunately, Metro will faint, as he will click Psychic. As boom, as Smeargle will drop. So Smeargle, he did his job. And I look, and it's Life Orb. So now I can go right into my Dialga here. And because he's Life Orb, I know I can take one. Even if he has Focus Blast, I'm Chople. So I can live 1 Focus Blast from Life Orb. As he will go for Focus Blast, I will pop my Chople Berry as he hits. Who hits Focus Blast? I don't know. Obviously him. I don't have that luck. And it will do a butt ton of damage as Chople will weaken it, thankfully. And Lorenzo will use Hidden Power Bug. And Bug will kill this. So Overrated does faint. Hoopa Unbound will go away. So he's gonna right back into Steve, which of course is that Mew that we saw earlier. And now Dialga cannot speed a Mew that's not max speed, because I have a lot of speed in this. So Hidden Power will come on out first, and because of it, I will kill the Mew as well. So we are now into a 3-3 ball game, and I'm gonna stop right here. So a couple of things can happen here. I have my Dialga a Scarf Keldeo, and a DD Flygon. I have 2 Dragons and a Fighting type. Rabombi with Moonblast hurts a lot to all of my team. So that being said, I can sack Dialga, click Flash Cannon if Rabombi wants to come on in. If Ninjask comes on in, it can't. It's under half HP, and it dies to any rock move. It dies straight out. So Ninjask is basically dead. If Haxorus comes on in, he cannot set up. Even if he's Haban, I Draco, and I kill it. Well, if I don't kill it, I can go to Scarf Keldeo and Oko it. So it's a tough situation for him to be in, because he has to go to Rabombi now, and he has to Moonblast here. If he doesn't, he loses his Haxorus, and he can lose the game outright. So he will go right into the Rabombi, which is the smart play and the only play to make if he wants to win this game. And now he clicks Moonblast, and so my Dialga, unfortunately, it's not tanky enough to live this. So Lorenzo will faint. Dialga dies, however, it did get 2 kills. And Rabombi, as we see, is Life Orb. So I can actually outspeed this with my Keldeo, and I can actually just click Scald. So now Ninjask will come on out, it will die to rocks. So as we see here, Noniko will faint to rocks damage. And now I click Scald. So I am locked into Scarf Scald. He goes right into, however you pronounce that, Haxorus. And he takes rocks damage. So this is it is a roll to 3-hit KO after rocks. It's about 5% variance. Now, his thing is, if he Dragon Dances to +1, there's about a 25% chance he Yokos. A 25. So it's it's very majorly in my favor to live that roll. So I'm just going to click Scald twice. If he Dragon Dances up, I have a 75% chance to live. So I will not get the burn on the first one as he does Dragon Dance up. So he will get to +1/+1. Now, like I said, 75% chance to live. If I burn this one, it's over. If I live on this, it's over. So it just comes down to this. I will not burn as he just barely gets into the red, as he will click Dragon Claw. 75% chance, and I will get it. And Keldeo lives the hit. Keldeo lives this hit, and because of it, I am still +1 because of my Scarf, and Haxorus is slower on base speed, so I will kill it with Scald, as Haxorus will go down. And because I said earlier in the team builder that Rabombi needs to be at around 50% in order to die to 1 Scald, because it does about half, he will be under half because of 1 Life Orb hit plus 2 rocks. And now because of that, Keldeo will pick up its third kill of the game, and it will take home the W. Your Minnesota Twin Needles are now 4-6. This was a statement game, in my opinion. Now, yes, I could have burned any of the 2 Scalds and won the game there. If I crit any of the Scalds, I won there. It was a 75% chance for him to not KO me. It was a 25% chance in his roll. I also had the ability to roll 2 Scald burns and live that hit. So the odds were heavily in my favor. So there is no doubt that there was no hacks in this game. None of the rolls mattered except the Keldeo one. If he got the 25% chance, that would have been a crazy roll, because I wouldn't have gotten any 2 Scald burns, and I would have dropped to a 25% chance. So the odds were in my favor heavily to win that game after that situation. Now, his play to Dragon Dance there is actually a choke, in his opinion. I completely agree with that, because a regular Haxorus 2-KOs my Keldeo with Dragon Claw, but then he's at neutral, and he doesn't know what my Flygon is. So it's kind of the right play, but also a choke, because if he Dragon Claws twice on my Keldeo over here, then Keldeo just drops, and because of it, my Flygon comes in at neutral, and his Haxorus is still at neutral. He outspeeds and kills it with Dragon Claw, but he doesn't know if I'm Habanberry. So there's a lot of factors that could go into this one. So it's not the wrong play, but it's not the right play at the same time. It was a 50-50, and he didn't know my set at the end of the day. So with that, your Minnesota Twin Needles, like I said, are 4-6, -8. if we win out these next 2 games versus Lux and Tone, we actually can make playoffs. So we have to win out in order to save ourselves and try to make playoffs. Go 6-6 again and make it back to the playoffs. And yeah, this was a very, very tense game, as you guys could see. Especially towards the end, my voice kind of inflected how intense it was getting. Keldeo came through, and Keldeo's actually, I think now, at 8-5 or something like that, like something stupid, and it's only come to 6 games. So Keldeo has a shot at being 7th Mon of the Year if I don't bring it again. If I don't see the matchup for it, it's not coming. I'm not gonna not bring it because of it, but yeah, I am very excited to try to win this out because I can still make playoffs. I have to play on top of my game. Next week we play Lux, and then the last week we play Tone. It is 2 division rematches, so we need to come out on top on those. With that, I'm going to get on air today, guys. Be sure to check out Vols' channel down below in the description. And with that, I'm out of here today, guys. Peace out, Scouts.